I am a go. So, I think it was last week somebody was asking for the profile. So, I haven't been doing too hot just because, my brain's been on overrun, but the deck profile has actually been pretty solid overall. Just a matter of making sure you're power shuffling, um, knowing what you're looking for, and paying attention to board. But I'm probably going to be the weirdest person to kind of profile. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is just my preferred playstyle. I'm going to start off with blockers. So Strike Rogue is not a actual blocker, but it's great for your blockers. That's why I don't run Archangel. It's a one resource, two cost unit that you can either use as a distraction or a swing, but it lets you reset your four Rick Diaz, your four Lefrith, and your four L strikes. These are all the blockers I play, and that is my blocker package. I've been debating switching out Rick Diaz to two and then running two Zawarts, but honestly, overall, Rick Diaz is really nice because for the ping decks, he still survives most of the time. So they're required to waste at least one or two more resources. But the Lapris is pretty normal. The L Strike is pretty normal for most runs. As for my units, this is where some of you might agree or disagree. Completely optional. I do start off with two Sword Strike. I've been on a debate on keeping it, but honestly, overall, most of the time I always come back to it. It's really nice. Having the availability when you pair it with Kira and be able to neg two on a unit and compulse one of two or less HP is great. When and if, but again, I've been recently on a huge debate whether I want to actually keep it. I am running the one Gundam Heavy Arms that looking into your deck or your top card is really nice. Plus, you can link it, not pair it, link it with any Operation Meteor pilot. I feel like that's really key, especially when you're looking to push for game or be able to get rid of something on board. Because with Hito, he becomes a 6/6. Duo gets his effect where you can't minus its AP. So overall, it's a really solid choice. If I had to get rid of the sword strikes, I'd probably put in another heavy arms and find something else to swap that for. I'm a little weird on my death scythe ratios. I've seen people run none. I've seen people run four. I like three. I feel death scythe is a pretty solid unit in this build. You get you get first strike when you pair it, and then on top of also getting to play a rested resource. I love it. Death scythe is my suicide unit for sure. So I'm running my four wing. I'm working on getting my playset of the LR plus. 2 out of 4, but I think wing speaks for itself. I've seen a lot of people again run this at 3. I like it at 4. Again, personal preference. Fairly good when you have it on board. And then I only run my 3 wing 0. I know wing 0 is really great when you can drop them, if you need them. But with the way the format's going, a lot of games are ending closer to 5 and 6 because of the rushes. So he's either a great throwaway for overflowing or when and if you need him. My pilot ratio is probably going to be a little weird to people too. I'm running 3 Kira, self-explanatory. You can pop him on any bad boy on turn 2 unless it's a link with L Strike and Sword Strike, but you get a +2 to your attack, +1 to your health, and you can -2 to somebody's to a blocker or a rested unit. Duo, self-explanatory for your Death Scythe or your Gundam Heavy Arms. Or again, if you're not being greedy with your pilots, throw it onto any of your blockers and it gets +2 health. And then get a Yui. Kind of speaks for himself when it comes to what he does. +2 attack, +1, and then if you link it with either wing 0, or even heavy arms, like I mentioned earlier, you get an additional +1/+1 when he's linked. So really nice. In my opinion, that's my ratios for the units and pilots. The commands, I like running 1 Hawk of Indaman. It's a nice throwaway for overflowing or sending it back for Spinning back a unit. It's really nice. 2 unforeseen incident. That speaks for itself. It's either a throwaway target or, a neg 3. 2 striker pack. I don't like it at 3, and I don't like it at 4. It is clutter because you can only control 1. And yeah, that kind of speaks for itself too. But it's an additional blocker that, again, you can use. Cannot use that with Strike Rogue, though. That is the only downside, because it is a colorless unit, not a white. So, you've got to pay attention to that. And then my draw power, Overflowing. Great for going second or your turn 2. Speaks volumes. So, that is how I run my commands. Now, this is where some people have looked at me a little weird when I show them my bases. I do run your traditional 3 underground, and then I have been loving the Kusanagi. I think I surprised you with that at one point when we were playing initially, but it may only have 4 health, but that spin back of 1 unit of 3 or less HP of your choice could be detrimental on playing it or bursting. So it's won me games. It's caught people by surprise and changed up their whole play. So that is my version of Wing. So overall, if you guys have questions or thoughts, please post them in the comments. I'm always looking over my deck when it comes to things, and I've been playing Wing since I've started into this game, and I don't plan to stop playing Wing just because I'm a Wingaholic. So again, if you guys see anything, question anything, post some comments. We'll get back to you as quickly as we can. And in the next one, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Shout out?
Shout out to Z's Toys and More for being so faithful to the community. Honestly, we've really been lucky and blessed being able to play here, and with the quality of the tournaments that they run. Shout out to Legends and Loots when we go there. That's been really fun. And shout out to what's the store the other store we've been recently going to? Evergreen. Really great shakes, and honestly a really healthy community. Nobody's been really aggressive, so I've been really happy. Everybody's been really kind of passing around ideas, and yeah. Shout out to Yenmorn for always helping me out. Shout out to Andrew and Derek for always sparking interesting debates when I ask a judge question. So, to the next one.